Good afternoon. My name is Tom. Welcome to Beaver Creek Deer Camp. Well, deer season is over. I had a great time. Saw some deer. But I had a funny little topic I wanted to talk about today. A couple of weeks ago, I met a fella from Pennsylvania. He bought some property up here and moved up here. And the funny thing about the conversation was, number one, he didn't know that I was a bear hunter. He knew I was a deer hunter because we were talking deer. But actually, he had some little lawn sale going, and we stopped and talked. And that's how I found out that he was from Pennsylvania. And I'm not knocking people from Pennsylvania, so don't think I am. But we have a debate in the state of Maine, been going on for a long time, and it's usually, the tree huggers, the Greenpeace people, the animal lovers and huggers and everything else. The state of Maine is thick. I mean, you probably haven't hunted until you hunted in state of Maine wilderness. There are blowdowns absolutely everywhere. It's rare that you can find a 50-yard shot, let alone a 100-yard shot. It's just plain thick. Thick. I call it thicker than thieves. So we have to, and this has nothing to do with deer hunting, it's about bear hunting. So in bear hunting, the state of Maine allows us 3 methods of taking a bear. Well, because of that, the animal activists and the animal huggers and the tree huggers and the people that just don't understand what they're talking about, like this particular guy talking through, I won't say. Yeah, you figure it out. But anyways, we get talking. And he says, I posted all of my land, this guy from Pennsylvania, which is nothing new with that. The minute land gets bought up by people from away, 9 times out of 10 it gets posted. So his reasoning for posting it was because he disagreed with our bear hunts, primarily baiting bears. But in the same breath, he was telling me how they shoot bears and deer in Pennsylvania. Now, he disagrees with baiting bears. But in Pennsylvania, where he comes from, he was talking about how they hire the Amish for $20 a day to go out and physically push pieces of woods, to push the deer out, push the bears out, and shoot them. Which, I'm really against that. I like animals to be just the way they are. I don't want them being pushed. I totally disagree with deer drives, all that stuff. I just don't. It's number one, I find, I cannot believe people don't get shot doing that. But anyways, that's beside the point. I'm pretty much a solo hunter. I am getting ready to start taking my grandsons out, so that'll change things a little bit. But anyways, he was talking, and it went on and on and on about how they hire the Amish and pay them $20 a day to push the woods so that they can shoot the deer and shoot the bears. But then he comes up here and he posts his land because he disagrees with bear hunting, the bear baiting. What's the difference? What's the difference? You're paying someone to push the deer out of the woods, or you're with bear hunting. If you didn't have bear baiting or some of the other methods that are allowed in this state, you would not get a bear. Period. That's how thick it is up here. Bear, they call them the ghosts of the woods in the state of Maine. I don't know what it is in other states or how you hunt them and all of that. I do know some of the videos I've watched where they can look across from ravine to ravine and see a bear in the other ravine and take it. You don't have that here. Period. You're not going to look through the woods and, oh, you know, granted, every once in a while you deer hunt, one will stumble across your deer stand. I took one back in 2017 that way. Sitting in my deer stand, out of the woods comes a bear. And I got him. But that's rare. That's, I mean, I've been hunting now for almost 50 years. That's the first time I've seen that. The second thing is, I have never, as far as while I'm hunting, that bear is the only bear that I've seen in the woods while I was hunting, and was able to shoot it, period. You don't see them. 50 years of hunting, you don't see bears out in the woods like you see deer. So the state of Maine allows us to bait bears. They allow us to trap bears with a snare around the foot. There's no traps, none of that nasty trapping like what used to be 100 years ago. None of that is allowed. And you're allowed to shoot bears. So my point here is, you know, it's okay for you to drive deer, but you draw the line at baiting a bear. I just found that conversation ridiculous and kind of wanted to share it. You know, what I didn't tell the guy that I was a bear hunter and all that, because there's no sense in getting into it with a complete stranger other than, I think you're a wacko, buddy. I think you're wacko. It's okay to drive a deer, but it's not okay to bait a bear. You know, the thing about baiting bears, and up here, I guess some states are allowed to bait deer. Up here, you're not allowed to bait deer. But up here, when you're baiting a bear, you know, it gives you a chance for a good shot. It gives you a chance to make sure that you're not shooting a sow with cubs. So, to me, it's a win-win all the way around. The odds of you missing are pretty slim because you're going to have a good shot, and you don't want to shoot a sow that has cubs, because if you shoot a sow with cubs, now you're going to lose probably the cubs as well as the sow. So to me, it's a perfect scenario for being able to control the bear population. And we're not controlling the bear population. Nowhere's near it. I used to know the numbers. I think we shoot somewhere around 3,000 to 4,000 bears a year. And we're gaining 10,000 bears a year. So you're not keeping up with the birth rate at all when it comes to taking care of bears in the state of Maine. And for you that don't know it, bears are one of the primary killers of fawns, baby deer. So for those of you that want to hug a teddy bear and you're a deer hunter, you know, think about that. The bears kill a lot more fawns than do coyotes. Especially in the springtime. That's kind of their meal ticket. But anyway, just something to kind of think about. And the other thing, you know, the other thing to really think about is with these animal huggers and tree huggers and everybody else, is it's your sport next. You know, if you don't step up and help save the bear hunter sport, or you don't save the deer hunting sport, your sport is next. If you're a rabbit hunter, or if you're a bird hunter, in this state bird hunting is pretty popular as far as shooting partridge, stuff like that. Well, them tree huggers and them animal huggers and everything else you could think to call them, that's what they're after. They're after absolutely everything that we do as hunters and fishermen. So your sport is next. So when stuff like this comes up on the referendum, and you got foolish people like this guy from Pennsylvania that says, well, geez, I'm going to post my land because I disagree with baiting bears. But I agree with baiting deer, and I agree with driving deer, and I agree with paying the Amish $20 a day to go push the deer out of the woods. But I'm going to vote against the bear hunter because, man, that can't be right. You're dead wrong, especially in the state of Maine. You're dead wrong. That is the only way to, I won't say the only, because you can get one bear every 50 years if that's what you're after. But I know when I'm hunting bear, I like to take one every year. So And that's what I'm setting this new cabin up for. Next summer we will be into the bear hot and heavy. And I got a feeling there's some big ones in the area. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little food for thought. I just kind of wanted to put that out there. Your sport is next. If you're not helping the other guy with his sport. If you're a duck hunter, your sport is next. You know, you're a goose hunter, your sport is next. So we have to help each other out when it comes to duck hunting, goose hunting, bear hunting, deer hunting, partridge hunting, rabbit hunting. Your sport is next. So keep that in mind when you step up to the ballot box and you want to go along with the tree huggers, bunny huggers, and animal huggers, that they don't have the truth and they're not peddling the truth, and especially when it comes to bear hunting in the state of Maine. So I'll see you next week, and chew on that and have a cup of coffee with me, and you take it easy.